Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that touches so many of us: how to stop being a people pleaser. If you ever feel like you're always putting others' needs before your own, stick around because we're talking science, sharing personal experiences, and yes, throwing in some fun, unexpected facts along the way. So, let's get real. Let's get raw, and let's learn how to put ourselves first a little more. The people pleaser dilemma. First off, what exactly is a people pleaser? It's that habit of saying yes when you really want to say no. It's about seeking external validation and sometimes sacrificing your own needs for the sake of others. I used to be that person. I'd agree to every request, even if it meant burning the midnight oil, all to keep everyone happy. According to a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, people pleasers often have a heightened need for social approval, which can be linked to our early experiences and even genetic predispositions. The researchers found that those who constantly seek validation may have developed certain neural patterns that reward acceptance over self-care. In simpler terms, it's like our brains are hooked on positive feedback. Now, here's a little fun fact. Did you know that humans are the only species that consciously worry about being liked? It's both fascinating and a little wild. By the way, I've been on this journey myself, learning to say no without feeling guilty. And trust me, it's not an overnight fix. There's science, psychology, and a bit of self-discovery involved. The science behind people pleasing. Let's get into the nitty-gritty science. Researchers in behavioral neuroscience have discovered that our brain's reward system plays a massive role in social validation. When someone approves of us, our brains release dopamine, kind of like what happens when you get your favorite snack. This reinforcement loop can make it hard to break free from people-pleasing habits. A study from the University of California explored how social rejection and acceptance affect our brain activity. They found that social pain, like feeling excluded, activates the same neural pathways as physical pain. This means that when you're not getting that thank you or a nod of approval, it can literally hurt physically. Sounds a bit dramatic, right? But that's why our brains can be so stubborn in demanding constant positivity from others. The bottom line is, knowing this can empower you. When you understand that your brain is wired to chase approval, you can start consciously rewiring your habits. Small steps like pausing before saying yes or taking a moment to check in with yourself can make a huge difference. Personal journey and real talk. Alright, let me get personal for a minute. Not too long ago, I was constantly overwhelmed, taking on extra projects, saying yes to favors, and always putting others first, even at the expense of my own well-being. I remember one specific time. My friend needed help with moving, and even though I had an important deadline, I volunteered because I was scared of letting her down. That day, I learned that if I didn't take care of myself, I wouldn't be able to help anyone in the long run. Eventually, I decided that enough was enough. I started by practicing saying no, even if it felt uncomfortable. I took notes in my journal and celebrated every small victory. I read about assertiveness techniques and learned that setting boundaries wasn't selfish. It was essential. Here's a personal tip. Write down 3 things you value most in your life and let those be your compass when you're tempted to overcommit. This simple exercise helped me stay true to myself, even when it meant disappointing someone else for a bit. I also kept a fun diary of my progress, where I noted every time I successfully said no without guilt. I'd even celebrate with a little victory dance in my living room. Yes, really, and honestly, those moments of self-affirmation were life-changing. So, if you're in the same boat, know that every tiny step counts. Over time, you'll see your confidence build, and that constant need for external validation will start to fade. Practical strategies and techniques. Now, let's talk about some actionable strategies to help you stop being a people pleaser. 1. Set clear boundaries. Practice saying no or suggesting alternatives. 2. Mindful reflection. Before agreeing, pause and ask, is this in line with my priorities? 3. Self-affirmation. Start your day with a positive mantra, like, I deserve to protect my time and energy. 4. Seek professional guidance. If you find it hard to break these habits, a counselor or coach can offer valuable insights. Another cool technique is called the 10-second rule. When someone asks you for a favor, give yourself 10 seconds of silence to consider. That brief pause can help you choose what's right for you instead of reacting automatically. Also, try role-playing in front of a mirror. It sounds silly, but rehearsing how you can gracefully say no boosts your confidence. I practiced this with my cat as my audience. I promise, Fluffy was not too impressed, but it got the job done. And here's one more fun fact, or freg, as I like to call it. Research shows that people who set boundaries tend to experience greater happiness and improved relationships. It's like watering your own garden so that you can bloom and then share those beautiful flowers with others. So don't think of it as being selfish. Think of it as investing in yourself. Before we wrap up, I want to address a couple of common questions I get asked about people pleasing. One viewer recently asked, how do I deal with the guilt when I say no? The answer is simple. Remind yourself that every time you say no to something that drains you, you're saying yes to something more aligned with your well-being. It might take time to internalize, but repetition is key. Another common question is, what if someone gets upset when I set boundaries? Remember, you're not responsible for other people's feelings, only for your actions. Over time, true friends and loved ones will respect your honesty. And for those who don't, well, that's a sign to reassess the relationship. Alright, that's it for today. I hope these tips, backed by science and sprinkled with personal anecdotes, inspire you to start embracing yourself a bit more. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this, and leave a comment sharing your biggest breakthrough moment on your journey to assertiveness. Remember, you're awesome and you deserve to be happy by being you. Catch you next time.